As principles of graphic design, emphasis and contrast are powerful tools for the designer. Our audience understands contrast and emphasis innately. Straight elements look straighter when contrasting with curved. Colours appear more saturated when contrasting with grayscale tones. Emphasis is the arrangement of visual elements according to their importance, stressing some elements over others, making some dominant and others subordinate. The skilled designer determines which elements the viewer will see first, second, third, and so on. This process is often referred to as the ABC of emphasis. A. Where do you want the viewer to look first? B. Where do they look second? C. Where do they look third? Contrast occurs when two or more visual elements in a composition are different. In graphic design, photography, and art, contrast is used to generate impact, highlight importance, and create visual interest and dynamics. In order to show differences between elements or components in design, contrast establishes a difference between two elements or among several. Emphasis is created as a result. Contextual and spatial relationships are integral to contrast. We may think that the chosen visual object in a composition says something about itself, but it's more often the visual elements around it that give it its meaning. Emphasis is automatically generated when contrast creates relationships between visual elements, connecting or complementing them. Without contrast and emphasis, elements can appear meaningless or worse, visually uninteresting. 20th century artist, designer and theoretician Johann Itten held to the use of polar contrasts as a crucial part of the designer's toolset. Big with small, long with short, a lot with a little, light and heavy, hard with soft, organic or geometric. And in this example, bright tones contrasting with darker tones, or warm with cooler. Typographic layout commonly uses contrast to create hierarchy and structure. Methods for creating contrast in typography can include alignment, varying typeface, type size, colour and weight, in other words, varying fonts. These are all considered to give visual interest to typographic layouts. For example, typographers will mix typefaces to combine serifed faces with sans serif. Through variation and contrast, a layout can achieve dynamism. There are two reasons to differentiate visual elements in this manner. One, to create visual variety and interest, and two, to enhance the uniqueness of the dissimilar. Differentiation and visual interest are powerful calls to action, and given that graphic design is a commercial art form, this means, in general, a successful outcome for the client. Ultimately, through contrast and emphasis, the viewer sees how elements relate to one another and integrate together to create a new whole with a different, more refined meaning.